What's up guys, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning into my latest video, The Life of a Jobbing Plumber. So, business as usual, plumbing video, but I've got so much to tell you, so much to update you with. I'm going to do a little intro now and then I'm going to do a big talking bit in the van at the end because I've got a lot of news, and also I'm going to kind of change what I do in my working week. Just got a lot to tell you, so that'll be at the end now because I don't expect you to sit for it. You're here to watch plumbing and that's what you're going to get. So, big announcement at the start. I've actually now got a proper channel sponsor. So every episode is going to be sponsored by Velocity Pro Gear and Power Tool Mate. Now, what that means is nothing really. The videos will be the same, but they're going to be sponsored by them. Two companies that I work with anyway, and it's going to enable me to take more time. I'm probably going to try and get one day off a week to sit and edit my videos, because at the minute, as you know, I do them on a Sunday. It's 12 o'clock on Sunday now. When I should be relaxing, enjoying my weekend, I'm sat editing videos and filming bits like this. So I'm going to try and take one day a week off to do that. And being sponsored by Velocity and Power Tool Mate is going to enable me to do that. Velocity, obviously I do my kit bags with them, but they're not just a company, they're also good mates of mine. So it's nice that they want to support me and help me with my YouTube channel, as well as the kit bag stuff I do with them. I use their bags, I use the bags that I design with them at work, so you'll probably see me showing the bags a bit more. And if there's a bag or I use one of their products in a video, I'll pop a link to take you to their sites to check out if you want to buy one. So that'll be that. And then Nathan from Power Tool Mate, I met him recently on the podcast. Great guy, and he does some really good stuff, not just selling power tools, so you need to check his site out. I'll put a link to that in the description to this video. But we're going to do some cool stuff. I'll probably get a PB discount code, so anything you buy off Power Tool Mate, you'll get a bit of discount on. But also what I'm really excited about is we're going to come up with an apprentice starter package. So the tools you need as an apprentice to get into the plumbing and heating industry, at a great price, heavily discounted, as like a PB Plumber Power Mate package kind of thing. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming soon. And yeah, if I use a power tool in a video, which obviously I do, I'll leave a link to the Power Tool Mate website where you can buy that tool. So that's all it will be. Videos will be exactly the same. Hopefully I'll get a nice new header on my page with Power Tool Mate and Velocity on there, but I'll get around to that when I get 5 minutes. So yeah, enjoy this week's video, and there'll be a lot of talking somewhere at the end. Right, I'm just going to pre-warn you before I go in. This job is going to be one that I actually hate. I don't want to be here. I'm only here because the letting agency that gives me work, to get the good jobs like the gas certificates and the boiler breakdowns and the new boilers, you have to do some shit, and this is going to be one of those. I've been here before, probably 2 or 3 times. It's had a new kitchen tap, mixer tap. It's had a new gas hob at one point, but they've got a leak from the bathroom. Now I know this bathroom is, someone just rang me and interrupted me. Yeah, so they've got a leak from the bathroom, and I know it's an internal bathroom, so no windows, piss poor extractor fan. So it's going to be damp, it's going to be horrible. So they asked me to come out last week, and then I said I couldn't get there till, I can't remember what day I offered them. So they said we'll get someone else. Then on Saturday, which is the emergency only, they rang me again and said, can you go today, Saturday? And I said, no, I can't. Then they said, that's okay, we found someone else who's going to go. And it's turned from a leak into now the shower's not working, the toilet's not flushing. Sounds like there's all kinds of things wrong. So I don't know if someone else has been and fucked it, or if they didn't actually turn up. So we'll see. Yeah, let's go in and have a look. So this is the bathroom. No windows. Let's see if the fan works. And this is the room next to it. They've had to empty all the stuff out of the cupboard apparently. So there was mould on here, they've cleaned it off, but the carpet's soaked, and they said that it's ruined all the clothes that were in here. So they took all the clothes out. So we'll have a look under the bath panel. Oh yeah, and it also does this. So looks like we've got a leak from the waste fitting or the trap. So what I'm doing now is just pointing the shower in the corner so it runs down the wall. We've also got a bad leak coming from inside the shower valve, well, where the shower connects on there. You see it coming out the hose. And then also from the shower valve, which is pretty common on these. So we'll see what it's doing under the bath. Right, it's actually running down the tap from all that water that's coming off the shower onto that tap. It's just getting through there definite. Just want to see if there's any on that back wall as well. And that's just from the shower, it's not draining. So definitely got a drainage issue. What I'll do now is I'll email the letting agency a list of all the faults, prices to fix each thing, and then yeah, leave it with them. Typical on a job like this that I don't want, I probably will get it. So, but yeah, sometimes you have to do shit like this. This is one of my favourite things about doing work for letting agencies. All of those keys. This is a flat, so there's only one door. So I'm back at this job to change the shower valve, rewash of the taps. The toilet, I've told them to get a drain guy to do because it's more than what I'm capable of doing. Apparently they've done it, but still doing that when I flush the toilets. That still needs looking at, but I'm going to put this on today. So that was a Hydromax shower. Looked online for them, couldn't find anything, but the Aquarian looks pretty much identical to that. So whether that's an Aqualisa Hydromax or the Hydromax is another brand, but this is an Aqualisa one. So got this on the internet, Showers Direct, $199 including VAT. My merchants couldn't get it for anywhere near that, so if you need one of these, Showers Direct. So what I've done so far is turn the water off, and then just open a few taps. Now should be good to work on this. So I'm going to take this apart. I'll show you the insides and where they normally leak. If you've not done one of these before, you take the little logo out the front and then there's a screw. Once you've got the screw off, this one lifts up, and then these two screws and the bottom half lifts off. And then we've just, well, I'm going to change the whole thing, but you can just undo these screws here and then pull the shower valve off the wall plate. But I'm probably going to end up swapping it all. See, I've done the 4 screws, 2 underneath as well. And then this should just pull off. They're just like push fit connections onto these. Here. So there's a new one, exactly the same. Screw out the front, top bit lifts off, and then the bottom ones, those 2 screws, and that pops off as well. So it's pretty much identical. Let's get the old one out of the bath. See that? So what I might do, because basically the way this works, we've got copper tails coming out of the wall, going through here. You can take it off, you can pull it towards you, but I might leave this back plate on so I don't have to disturb it. What I will do is clean it up and I will silicone grease everything. There's no point really making more work for myself. If I take that off and, I don't know, one of the pipes disappears into the wall, I'll be screwed. So yeah, we'll clean that up and we'll see if we can reuse the old back plate. Yeah, I'm just cleaning this up. I've decided I'm definitely going to reuse it because it's been siliconed on as well. It's pretty rock solid, so I'm just going to cause myself issues if I take that off. Obviously when the new shower's on and the new casing's on, you won't see any of that, so as long as we grease it, yeah, it should be good. So that's all cleaned up now. What I'm going to do though, there was no ring on there, I'm going to swap that. If we can do it with one hand. So there's the old one out, and then there's a new one on there now. So yeah, we're going to push this straight on, push fit, and then obviously the O-ring sits in there, and then put it back together. So it's the new valve in, the bottom case on, and then when we put the top piece on, which is this bit, it should just clip on there, like that, screw in there, and then probably I'll just put some white silicone oil. That will stand out like a sore thumb in this bathroom. But yeah, turn the water back on and see what happens. The little thing goes in there to cover the screws. If you want to get that out easy, don't try and dig it out, just push it from the left, because there's a bit of a void there. So I've re-washed the taps. I also put some silicone in just before I bed it down, just foam braces, and that's the shower on. Obviously it was dripping before, straight onto the taps, which it's not doing now. So let's get out of here before I get even more depressed. Turn the temperature down till it goes off. Now turn it back on. A little bit of a change on this one. Instead of talking over the whole video, I'm just going to let you see and hear what I spoke to the customer about while I was on the job. But basically, to give you some background information, he called me up because he had no heating. Hot water's fine, no heating. So we're just checking the diverter valve. Now, I might have mentioned this before in one of my videos, but a quick, easy fix to these sometimes is to just turn the power off and on again, because it will, when the boiler first starts back up, it moves this diverter valve motor up and down to move the paddle. So either the paddle's stuck or the motor's not going to be moving. But yeah, just watch and you'll see what I do.
Is there still wrong with that?
No.
No?
Right, let's try this now. Right, is that Nest calling?
Yeah, it's 21 orange.
Yeah, cool. Just turn it off and on again.
That's off.
There we go. Yeah, it's coming through now. So the problem you had, diverter valve was stuck in the hot water position, which is this part here.
Right.
When it's up at the top, it's in hot water. When it's down at the bottom, it's in heating mode. It was stuck at the top. What you can do sometimes, if you turn the power off, when the boiler first kicks in, it moves that diverter valve up and down to check it's working okay. Because it was stuck, it just wasn't doing it. So I took it out and reset it, and now it's moving. So if you put the hot tap on now, if you open the hot tap, watch that, see it's moved to the top.
Yeah, yeah.
It's stuck there. So That should move back down now you've shut the tap. He says. When it works out what it's doing, it'll take a minute. So that's doing the eating now. So it just got stuck. So back at the hotel, got another call out emergency job. This time it's the toilet. The handyman pointed this one out. So you see the top of this side entry float valves come off. So when it's filling, rather than being diverted down, it was spraying up in the air like that, which isn't ideal. Luckily, I found it. It's in my back pocket. So it was underneath, it's almost like it had been pulled into there. So just for now, I mean, don't know what there's wrong with it. It probably just wasn't on properly. I'm going to put this back on. So you see you got the flat edge there. It needs to hook under this little hook like that, and then get low enough down that you can then turn it. And the blue gets caught under there, so that'll hold that in place now. And then we can turn the water back on. And that should fill properly. So that's that, but also like on all of these, they've got a leak on the flush pipe, but look at the state of that. That's loose, I can tighten that with my hand. So I'm just going to tidy that up, probably put a new washer on there. Let's have a look at it. Let's see, it just needs tightening up anyway. Fucking place. Another day, another toilet job. So this toilet's not flushing. This siphon's been getting weaker and weaker, and the harder they pulled the handle, it snapped that. Taped it up late one night to get them going, but I'll come back today and we're just gonna take it off and renew everything. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to this toilet because everything has just come off perfect. Which, if you can tell by my voice, I've got a hangover from installer show, so it's done me a right favour, because sometimes these can be a bitch. You can spend hours just cutting the bolts off because they're all rusty, but yeah, it's really clean underneath as well. Hardly any rust on that plate. These have been made in with silicone, but it's MACD stuff that's in, which I think is cheap stuff, so I'm just going to replace it with a Viva. Actually, because I'm a bit hungover, I bought everything. New handle just in case. 2 different types of donut. There's a plate kit as well. So I've got everything, but yeah, it's been kind. Siphon had some silicone on it as well. Luckily it was not attached, so it's come out quite clean. There's a little bit there, but nothing on the inside, or more importantly, on the inside there. Let's just whip this out next. A bit more silicone on that one, it's a bit tougher to get out, and there was quite a bit on there. You can see it's inside, so I'll clean that, but swapping that with a Viva one. Nice new brass shank. We love a brass shank, don't we? So going for a Viva siphon, this one's telescopic. You can see that if you unlock this, then you can adjust the size. So we've got 9.5 all the way down to 7.5, and then just lock it back in place. So fill valves in, new siphons in. That's the old handle, but with a new, I don't know what you call them, can't even think. You'll notice I've not screwed it back yet, because if there's any problem with it leaking there and I've screwed it back, I'm only going to have to undo it. So we'll try it first, and I'll go and turn the water on. Water's on, just cracked it, it's not on full, just so I can check. Because the stop tap's downstairs. The water's on, it's not on full, just crack the stop tap just so I can check this is good, which it is, and then we'll just give it a flush, and if that's good, I'm going to put the water back on full, and then we'll screw it back. Right, moment of truth, so we're full. I'm going to flush it now, and we'll see, hopefully. This is where it would normally go wrong if we've got a problem with the donut washer there. Well, in fact, start at the beginning. So with the water in this system now, if there was a problem with where the clamp attaches to the system, there'd be water dripping down the thread of here. If you've got that, you've got a problem the cistern side. If it leaks when we flush it, you've got a problem toilet side. Oh, there we go, look. There we go, we've got an issue. Oh, I spoke too soon. Right, let's take it back off. I knew this was too good to be true. It's going so well. So I've turned the water off now. I've got to drain this out, take this off and see what the problem was. Obviously it's bad for me because it would be nice to be going now, but it's good for the video because doing stuff like this is quite boring. But when we've got an issue, makes for a good video. And like I said to you before, that's the reason why we don't screw it back before we know it's good, because we'll just have to unscrew it anyway because this has got to come off. So I've took it back off. It looks all right. This is tight, so I might take it back out and see if a bit of crap's got under the washer or what, or maybe I'll just give it an extra nip up, but just gonna throw that out again. The only thing I can think of is there's quite a gap around the edge. Maybe it just wasn't quite central, so I'll make sure I hold it in place better this time. So if it was down here, you got an even bigger gap at the top there. Right, second attempt, so that's all back together. Now this can be the reason why a lot of guys hate working on toilets. So imagine this is my second attempt. Imagine turning the water back on, it does it again, and then we take it all off again and we do it again, and it's like the fourth time before you get it to seal. But then imagine that you can't get to that pipe because it's boxed in there and there's a basin unit there, so it's really tight to work in. And then imagine there was no window, so you're claustrophobic. And then imagine it's Friday afternoon and you need a piss and you're starving and you're late for your next job. A job as simple as this, or what could have been a simple job, can turn into an absolute nightmare and stress you right out. So I don't blame a lot of guys who hate working on toilets, because that can happen more often than not.
Yeah, because if we're not having exactly close, the least we can do is make sure it's properly stuck.
Right, round two, here we go. Keep an eye on this. Wait for it to fill up. Right, so that's been full a little while now. Seems like it's sorted. It's dry. Let's check the other side. Dry, we'll go for that. So now we're going to do a flush test. Seems good. Give it a couple of flushes and then we'll screw it back. Job done. I should plug these more than I do, but that's my PB jobbing bag. So everything to do this job, the new stuff that's gone in and the old stuff that's going, all in the one bag. I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video. One of the exciting announcements I've got is about my relationship with Lawton Copper Tube. So you might have seen I've done a couple of factory tours with them now. Also, I was on the stand with them at Installer Show last week doing a pipe bending challenge, which was probably one of the most popular things I've ever done. In fact, the video that I put together of people attempting the pipe bending challenge that I put on YouTube last week was even more popular than I thought. I didn't think people were going to want to watch other people bending copper, but surprisingly they do. So yeah, I'm going to be an ambassador, official ambassador for Lawton Tube. I'm going to be working with them. We're going to do some exciting stuff to promote copper, the use of, it's a renewable material. I like using copper. You can see that if you follow my work. But we're going to be doing things like going around to colleges, talking to students about the benefits of using copper, maybe talking about what I do on social media with my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my kit bag, stuff like that. So yeah, exciting times ahead. Lawton on the day took some videos, so I'm just going to drop a couple of those in now so you can see what we got up to on the day. because mine was mainly me filming other people, but they took some footage of me actually on the stand. So that's this video now.
We came to the installer show to promote sustainability. We wanted to reconnect with the guys and the girls that have been installing our pipe. The installer show is all about installers, plumbers, people that live and breathe copper pipe. So we've been listening to guys out here about what the beefs are. We've had guys come and say, yeah, none of us like plastic, it all goes in landfill, hate putting stuff in the skip. You know, your stuff, we can recycle it. Glad to say everybody's been really on board about the copper tube. Definitely going to do it again next year. Pete, B Plumber, has been awesome. Today's show, so passionate. I mean, and that's the real thing. These guys are so passionate about what they do. Whether they've been as an apprentice, whether they've been doing it 40 years, the passion in what they're doing on plumbing is phenomenal. And I think sometimes manufacturers do forget they're making product for these people to use.
Right guys, this part of the video might get a little bit deep. We'll just see how it goes. So you can either watch it or just end the video now. So I am 40 in March next year, and I've started to think about what I'm doing with my life and with my career. So in my personal life, I've decided that, I mean, the gym is probably my only hobby. It's the only thing I would class as a hobby. It's the thing I do. Like, I'm very disciplined with my diet, with my training, but I also enjoy it, and it's a big part of my life. Now, what I decided was, I'm 40 next year. What I normally do is I bulk in the winter, so I eat a lot more food, try and put a bit of weight on, try and put a bit of muscle mass on, and then in the spring, to get ready for summer, I start to cut. And I've decided that it's getting even harder to cut and get my six-pack back because I'm getting older. So I thought, right, you're gonna be 40 next year, maybe you want to think about changing the way you train. So rather than lifting heavy, trying to get massive, I know I'm not massive, but trying to get bigger, I'm stopping that, and I'm just doing lower weights, higher reps, kind of looking after my body so I don't get injured because I'm getting older, but also quitting with the bulk and cut cycle, because when I'm bulking, I don't think I'm going to be able to cut. So I'm going to try and do like a maintenance thing. So I'm cutting my calorie intake down, changing the way I train, and honestly, I'm feeling amazing. So I started off at 15% body fat about 4 months ago, decided I want to get to 10. I checked my body fat about 2 weeks ago, and I'm at 8.6%, which is the best it's ever been, and it just motivates me to get even better. So March, I want to be peak physical condition. I want my body fat to be below 10%. I want to be able to run a 5k in 20 minutes. I just want to, that's my goals that I'm aiming for. And because I was doing that, I also thought, what do I want with my career? Like, I've been doing this since I was 17, 18, I'm nearly 40. Do I still want to be going around and blocking toilets and doing jobs that I don't enjoy? So I've decided I'm probably going to knock on the head the letting agency work I do, the reactive stuff, and just do nice big jobs that I enjoy. Work with Ben, work with Marcus, work with Glenn. So I'll still be doing plumbing 5 days a week, but I'll be doing bigger jobs, things I enjoy. And obviously I'll still be doing breakdowns and reactive stuff for my personal customers, just maybe not with the letting agencies. I think I've decided that I don't really want to do that anymore. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a lot more bigger jobs. I'm going to go around working with other people, filming YouTube content. I've got the podcast now that I'm doing with Alex. You know, Tuesday next week, I've got a day off to go and film that. So it'll enable me to do more stuff like that. Maybe me and Alex are going to go to factories and do like factory tours as part of the podcast. Maybe we'll come out to a job that you're on if you've got a big job and make a podcast there. I don't know. You know, we could do anything we want, but I'm getting to that stage in life now where I don't really enjoy doing the shitty rental stuff. I mean, I like the breakdowns, I like the boiler installs, I don't like the gas certs, that's a lie, but it's easy money. But yeah, I'm just going to change what I do, I think, and it's going to start, well, we're going to wind it down probably towards the end of the year, and let's say January the 1st will be like a new me, but we'll see. Hopefully you'll stick with me for whatever content I do, but it will be, you know, it will be plumbing. I'm not going to stop plumbing. I think we're going to do a lot of plumbing related talks in colleges with Lawton Copper. So I'm going to be working with them, going around colleges, talking about the industry, maybe what I do on social media, maybe how I got into doing my kit bags, but just stuff like that really. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But thanks for sticking with me through it, and thanks for being part of the, you know what I do. Cheers. While I've got your attention, I just need to quickly plug the Trade Legends podcast I'm doing. So we're on about the 4th episode now. There's another one going out tonight. So I'll put a link to that podcast in the description to the video. So please check it out. Subscribe to the channel. We're hoping to grow it quite fast. And just to whet your appetite, I've managed to get Matt Allwright of BBC's Rogue Traders to come on the show. If you don't remember, I saw him in my village once and I asked him to pretend I was a rogue trader and chase me down the street. So since I did that video with him, which was really popular, I've kept in contact. So he's going to come on and talk about rogue traders, all that stuff. And then I've also got, which I'm really excited about, Charlie Mullins, who's just sold his company Pimlico Plumbers. He's coming on the podcast, and we're just going to be talking about anything and everything with him. If you've got any questions you want me to ask him, leave a comment in the video. But he's going to be awesome, because he's just going to be talking real world talk. So anything you want to know from Charlie or Matt, let me know in the comments. And also, if there's anyone you want to see us get on the podcast, anyone you think would be a good guest, let me know in the comments.
We're here in Quorn on Rogue Traders, and the guy we're looking for today is Peter Booth. He's a local plumber who's let a lot of people down in this area. There he is. There he is now. Excuse me, Peter. No comment. No comment. Peter. I'm afraid on this occasion, it seems he got away.